Hi everyone, this is me, your Dasha Bisali at Be Strong and Love Yourself, a channel for very strong people. Today I'm going to talk about goals and habits. And I want to share with you one mistake that I made recently and the solution that I found for myself. I have more than two goals, but today I'm going to talk about two of my major goals. One is related to writing, another one is related to sewing. I want to write a book and I want to create my own designs, my own clothes. In order to create my own designs, I need to learn really well how to sew. And I started sewing about a year and 3 months ago, so I'm not very skillful. And I decided that recently in February, decided that I need to sew a garment per week. 1 week, one garment. And I started to sew a blouse in the beginning of February. And when I was sewing it, I realized that I couldn't make it in a week. It was too complicated. And I was not skillful enough to complete it fast. And I have full-time jobs, so it's not like I'm just sitting and sewing the whole day. But I got so stressed last weekend because I couldn't complete the task on time that I was sewing for hours and I still couldn't make it. I sacrificed one of my other things that I was supposed to do on weekend, and I felt so bad that I didn't have time to study, and I haven't finished the garment anyway, even though I sacrificed something else. It just was not a nice feeling. I don't like to fail, I will be honest. And then I started to think about my writing experience. So in writing, I don't have any goals like, I need to write 10 pages per week or something like that. In writing, I have a dedicated writing hour. This is how I call it. I turn off my phone and for 1 hour, I just write. 1 hour a week and the specific day. Mine is Wednesday. And then I also spend about 30 minutes for reading 2 times a week, 30 minutes for reading children's books, because I'm writing a book for children. So I have a specific time dedicated for these things, and the only reason I can cancel it only if I have some crazy event that I want to visit on Wednesday after work. But almost all the time I can do my writing hour, like 99% of the time. And I see that I'm moving forward with my book. It is getting bigger and bigger. I still will have to edit everything, and I will have to correct my mistakes, etc. But little by little, I'm creating the book. And I don't get stressed, which is very important. I feel accomplished. After this hour of writing, I feel very good about myself. And this is very important part of our goals. We create goals not to feel bad about ourselves. We create goals, to feel happy about the work that we've done. And when I compare writing to sewing, where I had this goal to make a garment per week, in sewing I didn't feel so well. So I decided that I will apply the same system to sewing. So instead of saying I will make a garment per week, which was not very smart because garments are so different. Some of them are extremely complicated, some of them are very simple. So they take really different amount of time sometimes. And I decided that I will just have my sewing hours. Then I will have very structured schedule and will develop a good habit of sewing in the specific day. I think that it's sometimes better to say not how many things you will do in a month or in a year, whatever, but to create a schedule and develop a habit in order to achieve your goals. Because sometimes we don't really know where is this deadline. When will I finish my book? I don't know. I don't want to set up deadline because I have never written books before. How can I know? But I know for sure if I do it weekly, if I spend this hour on writing, I will write it eventually. The same thing with sewing. I don't know how much time will it take for me to become a skillful seamstress. I don't know. But if I sew twice a week, for example, for an hour, I will get there eventually. It's up to you to decide how often you can do it. And it depends a lot. How much time do you have? Do you have a full-time job? Do you have kids? Do you have husband? But we always can find this few minutes, and sometimes I feel like it's better to do something for 5 minutes regularly than not to do it at all. So I encourage you to think about your goals and think about the habits that can support this goal, and to create a very clear schedule and follow it. And do what you like and don't get stressed like I did with sewing. Be strong and love yourself. Love wins.